The Arduino Zero needs some setting up before you can use it out of the box. In this lecture, I'll show you how to set up your Arduino IDE to work with the Arduino Zero. If you're using an Arduino M0 Pro from Arduino.org, you will need to fix a bug in the software whereby two of the digital pins are swapped. Let's take a closer look. In this lecture, I'll show you how to set up your Arduino Zero, and in case you actually get an Arduino M0 Pro from Arduino.org, also how to set up that. The process is exactly the same on Windows, on the Mac, and on Linux, so I'm just going to be showing you just one of the three versions. And the process is exactly the same, as I said, on all three platforms. If you are using the Arduino IDE from Arduino.cc, so you can confirm that by just going to your Arduino menu and then click on About Arduino, and you see here that in my case I'm using the Arduino IDE from Arduino.cc instead of Arduino.org. Then the first thing that you notice is that even if you connect the Arduino via its programming port to your computer, then you go to Tools and Board menu, you can see here there is no option for Arduino Zero. And that's because the Arduino Zero definition is not installed by default. So what you do in that case is you go to Boards Manager, and in the Boards Manager, just search, in my case it's already listed here, but I can just search for SUMD, and you'll see that it comes up as the SUMD boards for the Arduino and M0 Plus, okay, by Arduino. Choose the latest version available and install it. If you're using the Arduino IDE from Arduino.org, then most likely the definitions that you need for the board are already available with that Arduino IDE. And installed. Now back to the Tools menu, you can go to Boards, and then notice that you've got a new section in the submenu where you can select either the Arduino Zero programming port or native port. So I've got my Arduino connected to the computer via the programming port, so I'll select programming port. Alright, now let's do a little demonstration. I'll get the example and go to maybe a very basic example. Let's do the blink example here. Now, instead of using digital pin 13, I'd like to use digital pin number 2 for the blink example. So change that to 2. And I'll take my LEDs. Actually, I just need one of those. Just use the orange LED. Alright, I'll connect it here. So I'll plug this side of the resistor to ground, and I use an orange cable to plug the other side to digital pin 2. And upload the sketch. Okay, so it's done uploading, but the LED is not blinking even though it's connected to digital pin 2. Just double check the polarity again. No, I connected it the wrong way. I'll just flip it. Okay, so even though I've connected the LED to digital pin 2, and that's the pin that I'm using inside my sketch, the LED is not blinking. But I'll plug it into digital pin 4 instead, and you can see that it is working, it's blinking. So this is what I was talking about in the previous lecture, that in the Arduino M0 Pro, when used with the Arduino.cc IDE, the digital pin 4 and digital pin 2 are actually swapped. So when you are utilizing digital pin 2 in your sketch, digital pin 4 on the hardware actually responds instead of 2. So I'll show you how to fix this situation in your Arduino.cc IDE next. To fix this situation in the Arduino IDE, all you have to do is to reconfigure digital pin 2 so that it corresponds to the appropriate digital out on the SUMD microcontroller. So here's what the process is. Go to your Arduino menu, bring up the preferences, and then in the settings tab, look down the bottom where you can see a link to the preferences txt file. So click on that, and that will bring up the directory where the Arduino packages and files are stored. Now, you need to drill down quite a long way to find the file that we're looking for. So start at packages, then we've got Arduino, then hardware, then this is the SUMD folders with all the definitions and related files. I'm using version 1.64. You need to continue drilling down to variants, Arduino 0, and then down here there's a file called variant.cpp. So you need to open up this file with a text editor. So I'll use Sublime Text. So in variant.cpp you can see how pin numbers correspond to various functionalities and actual hardware pins on the SUMD microcontroller. So in one of the sections here, section 2 to 12, which is the one that we're looking for, the first 3 records or lines are incorrect and we need to fix them up. So find the first 3 records, those are porta 14, 9 and 8, and comment these 3 out. And all we've got to do is to change the order of those so that they look like this. Okay, got to remove that as well. Okay, so what I've got here is that the original porta 14, 9 and 8 are now 8, 9 and 14, and this difference in the order by which these records or these lines appear in the pin description table correct that swap of digital pin 2 and digital pin 4. So we'll just save variant.cpp, close. Now I don't even need to restart the Arduino IDE because this file is read every time that I compile a sketch. So let's try again. I'm going to connect the LED back to digital pin 2 like that and re-upload the sketch. And there you go. So now we've got digital pin 2 properly referred to inside the sketch. And I'll verify that digital pin 4 also works. Change that to a 4 and a 4 and a 4. And plug the LED into digital pin 4. And upload the sketch. All good. So digital pin 4 works as well. So that's all you need to do in order to get your Arduino 0 working, whether you got it from arduino.cc or arduino.org. If you got an Arduino 0 from Arduino.cc, then you're not going to have to worry about the pin swap. You'll just have to install the Arduino 0 definitions and you're good to go. In the next lecture, I'm going to give you a demonstration of Arduino 0 and its ability to do PWM at different resolutions.